McLaughlin. I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I've been teaching here at APU for 5 years.
My name is David Hillstrom, and I'm a teacher here in Ho Chi Minh City at APU. I've been here almost 2 years now.
My name is Chamira. I'm a teacher at APU school. I've been here about 8 years.
For reasons, I think, like a lot of teachers, they get inspired by people who have taught them. And so I can think of a few teachers that have really pushed me, whether they know it or not, to become a teacher. They pushed me, I can say that. But I always knew I wanted to be a teacher.
Very good, interesting question. When I was in school, specifically elementary school, but also in high school as well, I had a very positive experience as a student. And I really enjoyed my classes and my teachers. And because I had such a good experience, I wanted to give that a similar experience to my students. I want my students to love learning and to love learning new things.
Why did I decide to become a teacher? I'm not quite sure. But once I became a teacher, I like the fact that I am able to discipline students.
It's an interesting one. I don't know. It's eclectic. Those of you who are in psychology or sociology know about this idea of being eclectic, using many different styles, many different philosophies to influence what you're doing. But I know one thing. I know part of my philosophy includes being in a school where teachers can teach and students can learn.
I want students to feel comfortable in class. I want them to feel that it's okay to make a mistake. And I want them to gain confidence. And sometimes I know that takes a long time.
My teaching philosophy is to make students follow rules. That's going to make them better students.
Souvenir from a student. So I came to APU as an intern. I was working in the counselor education program at the University of Maine, and I had a really great mentor. Her name was Annette Nelligan, and she said that Vietnam would be a really great challenge for you, and APU, I think, is a really good school for you to do your internship at. And so within a few days, I knew that I could live in Vietnam. The school was very welcoming. I was very excited about such a new and eye-opening opportunity. And the students were great. And I started working with a few who were preparing to go through the university application process. And one of those students was Jack, and he wanted to become an architect. And we talked about the SAT and just exploring what college life would be like. And eventually I left. I went back to the United States for the summer, and Jack graduated and went off to university. And I kind of lost track of him. I didn't know where he went. And a few years later, we took a trip to the United States with a group of APU students and Dr. Ben. And we visited a school in Boston. We went to Wentworth. And Jack was there. He greeted us as we came off of the bus, and he actually delivered a presentation about the program that he was in and took us on a tour of the school, showing us his classrooms, the workshops, and just for me, that was such a great souvenir because as a teacher, that's what we work for, those kinds of opportunities to see our students grow and then change so much.
And that is when our graduating seniors gave speeches at the graduation ceremony. We have what's called a valedictorian and a salutatorian. They're supposed to be the top achieving students academically. I did not know that they were going to make a speech. And when they spoke, each of them mentioned the teachers that were most influential for them during their time. at school, and both of the students mentioned me, along with 3 other teachers. But the fact that they mentioned me made me feel really good, and it made me feel proud, and it made me feel like I was having some kind of a positive impact on the students, even in the short time that I had been at APU so far.
Memorable story at APU is when one of the students mentioned something about my class, my economics class, that happened like 4 or 5 years ago. I was quite surprised that she still remembered that.